Greetings fellow YouTubers, today we're going to be making our way into the Sylph Cave here in Final Fantasy IV. If you enjoyed today's episode, as usual please support me by hitting the like button, letting me know in the comments section and being subscribed to the Fuzzfinger Gaming YouTube channel. Let's get on with today's episode. Okay, let's head on inside without any further ado. And the first thing you're going to notice is this moving floor down here. It's quite a unique looking place, this, isn't it, the Sylph Cave? Basically what that signifies is that the floor is poisonous. In order to not take any damage, what we want to do is head down to the magic button here, head down to Rosa, and then you can see the float ability. We're going to want to target that on everybody in the party here, and that will stop us from actually taking any damage. Okay, we can now stand on this stuff and not be poisoned at all. The only downside is you will want to do that every time you enter a different floor because it will reset. And also note that there are Marlboroughs here, and if you know anything about Final Fantasy, you'll know that Marlboroughs are pretty much a complete pain. So as long as you are ready to use as soon, they should be able to handle them, though they are weak to fire as well. We're just going to start by mapping out the initial area here and getting on with our battles. On the encounters that have the toads and the witches, I recommend you kill the witch first because they can basically spam toad on your party, which you don't want. After heading east, you'll see that there's two chests here. Make sure we pick both of those up and make sure you map out the area as you go and do so. And then we're going to start by heading south and start making our way back to the entrance by completing the map on the floor underneath where we just ran east from. A lot of the enemies here are actually quite easy. Just the status ailments are a bit of a pain, to tell you the truth. And at this point we can just head south. And we won't complete the whole floor on this visit, but we will get to 40%. So as long as you do that, then we're sorted. Right then, we're now going to head back down and out this exit here onto B2. We're again going to encounter some of the previous enemies, including the Marlboroughs. These are weak to fire, don't forget, so it might be worth hitting them with a fire spell. Don't forget to make sure you refresh your float ability before you actually move on to the moving floor here, or you're going to start getting poisoned again. And know that you can also get Evil Dreamer enemy encounters here, which basically spam more AoE. I don't know if it's AoE actually, but they do spam status effects on you, sleep, silence, which, you know, isn't pleasant. And we're just going to start here by heading south. And we can see this door here, make sure you explore by it, don't worry about the rest of the map. And this takes us back up to the previous floor. So, as usual, need to go ahead and cast that lovely float ability. Okay, so here we're going to start by heading over to the left hand side. There'll be a door, but we're going to ignore that for the moment. So we're going to go past that exit, and we should find ourselves at two chests, which we do indeed. A cottage in 1,000 gil. Just make sure you run behind because you can't quite see if it's mapped out until you do so. Don't forget we want to take care of the actual bog witch before anything else in this group, so that we don't get spammed with toad. Or you can just use dragon and take them all out together. From here we're just going to start heading back east, of course. As you can see, there's still areas on this map that we can't explore at the moment. It's one of those annoying dungeons where you have to keep traversing across the different floors and what have you. And you can watch this battle because they're usually very fast anyway. Saves me editing for the sake of 15 seconds or whatever it is. And lo and behold, we have a save point here. So make sure you map out the area and use it, of course. I mean, we will be back there in a moment or so, so you don't have to save there, I guess. But you can see there's a dead end here. We'll take auto battle off, kill these bog witches, or bog witch, only one. Okay, there's actually a secret path here, just need to find it. It's just to the side here. There's a secret path. And that will take us up to this chest that we can see on the map, but couldn't previously loot. And that will give us the Elven Archer Bow. Oops, wrong button. What am I pressing? There we go. Had a kind of mind blank. Couldn't remember how to open the flipping menu then to the game. Go ahead and equip the Elven Bow, since it does provide some stat increases for Rosa there. And we're just going to follow this path back round to the save point. The goal here is to make our way to the exit that we went past a moment ago but didn't actually go down. So save again if you wish to do so. I don't like these creatures because they're like giant centipedes, and I don't know what it is, but I've always had an aversion to centipedes through my life. Fortunately where I live you don't get a whole lot of exotic bugs such as those. Even so, not my cup of tea. Just save again. I've been getting quite a lot of power cuts lately around my area, I'm not sure why. But always best to be on the safe side. The save side. Okay, let's head down south into this exit, and this takes us once again back to B2. As always, go ahead and float before moving on. Something you can forget if you're not paying too much attention, isn't it? Since we're not used to doing it. We're going to map out the area as we head north here. There's the Bog Witch. Oh, look at that. Cecil's got to level 50, that was, wasn't it? Pretty exciting. Anyway, there's a door here. We're just going to head through that now. I know that we're not really exploring B2, but don't worry, we shall. Guess what we're going to do first of all? You've got it. We're going to cast Float. And this is the final area of B1, so we should get this mapped out nicely here on this visit. And there's lots of chests to take as well. One quick thing you can do to take these guys out is just cast Dragon. I mean, that toad is fairly annoying, isn't it, really? Let's be honest. But it looks like Cecil actually draws the toad himself with the draw attacks ability, which I didn't actually realise he did. Either that or it's been purely coincidental that he's just had them all land on him anyway. It's nice to see that our party are seriously levelling up now, aren't they? That gives us a silver apple. A few chests for us to grab. A golden apple as well as the silver apple. If we get hungry later, we'll be sorted, won't we? And then we're just going to head back down to the door that we came in. Okay, let's go ahead and floaty. Oh, Cecil needs a bit of a heal there, doesn't he? Don't worry about casting a sooner, it doesn't remove float since it's a positive effect. Okay, we're going to just head north here. And I believe there's a secret path, so yeah, we'll head through here, which should take us to a chest. You can probably see where we're going to. So there is actually a guard on this one, and that involves a lot of these toads again. So we'll take off auto battle, target the witch with pretty much everybody except for Rydia here, who is going to kindly take them all on with a dragon. And look, Cecil's getting hit again with Toad, so I'm guessing that draw attacks is what does the trick for us. I hope he likes being toaded, Cecil, because he's certainly getting his fair share of it. I'm guessing this will just one-shot everything on the screen now, at least in terms of enemies. There we go. So that Mage Masher that we just collected, we can go ahead and equip that now. It's a weapon for edge. Go away. Go away. The heck? Okay, I think I've got a controller bug here. I'll try and sort that out, hang on. That was utterly bizarre. And yet, just doing a quick save and then reloading was able to remedy whatever that issue was. Every time I closed the menu, it kept opening again. And for the first time, we're going to enter a new floor. This is B3. So we're going to start exploring this at this point. Did that not cast? No, it didn't. Ah, the mana waste. What? Oh no, the mana waste. There we go. 71 MP left. Okay, at least now we know how you can remove float by casting it again. Hey, interesting. So there's going to be a new enemy type here. The Elder Treants, which can berserk and hit hard. And also those Evil Dreamers, which spam sleep and silence, will be appearing in large groups. So we're going to start by heading south. That will take us to a chest containing an elixir. Make sure that this whole area is mapped out, which it looks like it is. And then we can continue on south. Well, that was an annoying battle against 4 of those Evil Dreamers or whatever they're called. Yes, really annoying. Fortunately, there's going to be a place where we can restore our MP shortly, but not as of yet. As we start coming around, you'll see a house or a building of some kind. We're just going to head in there. There's going to be a couple of chests we can go and head and nab. A key, whatever that thing was, and an order staff. So we're going to just equip the first of those weapons on Edge by placing his Assurer. Look at that, nice damage boost there, isn't it? And we'll see some strange creatures around here as well, called Sylphs. Now they won't have a whole lot to say for us, but who in the world is this on the bed? Hey? Now don't that look like Yang if ever you've seen him? Yang, of course, who is dead, at least we think. Let's go ahead and... This site doesn't seem to confuse our party members in any way, shape or form. They're happy to just go ahead and leave him, apparently. Anyway, head up both sets of stairs here and we're back outside. Make sure you restore your health and whatnot. Okay, so hopefully you're all healed up and saved up. You can just head back to the Dwarven Castle if you want to heal and get your MP up for free at the pot. So we're going to cast Float once more, I guess. There we go. So we're going to have a lot more to explore here. We're going to begin just by heading down south and into B2. Okay, one of our favourite friends, the giant centipede creature. I mean, they're probably the weakest enemy, aren't they? In this area, I'm not even sure why they're here, to be honest. Okay, now we're going to explore more of B2, which is something we haven't done up until this point. So again, cast Float. And we're going to start by going over to the right hand side. and exploring this section that we didn't explore previously. And with that done, we're going to head through the new door that's just appeared for us. And it looks like I've explored everything there. I know there's a bit on the right we can't get to yet, but I mean in the loop that we haven't yet explored before then. So again, float up. We're back on B3 now. We're going to head south. And if we go around this path, we should bump into a few more chests that we can nab if we fancy them. And I don't know why we wouldn't. Okay, so the fairy rod is a good boost in intelligence stat for Rydia, but when you're auto battling as we're doing now, we're probably just going to want to keep her with the weapon that she's got equipped, and then just use the fairy rod in, you know, for boss fights and what have you. So we're going to make our way back around here to the door, and then we should find a secret passageway. Oh, I hate these things. Back near the entrance, we're going to head over to the east. And then we can enter this next area which we can map out, although we can't actually open the chests there. So we're heading inside, but we do want to map out the area as much as we can. There's actually one area by the looks of it that we can't do, but we can do it later, but we can't yet. So then we're going to head through the door, and this will take us back to B2. We know the routine by now, of course. And we're going to start by heading over to the east here and then down south. Looks like we're getting close to mapping out this area now. Okay, so I believe we're coming to some more chests now. Since we like getting loot, don't we? There's 4 of them to be precise. Make sure we pick those up before we miss out on them. And then we're going to head on south. Down we go. Okay, lots more chests for us to pick up. And we complete the map as well. For a silver apple. There's actually a hole we can fall down in here as well, so just be careful. See? Just there. You don't want to be falling down that hole until you've grabbed those chests. And only once you've grabbed them, you want to approach it. Guess what I'm going to cast? Didn't mean to cast haste. Not that I did, of course. And we're back here again. Time to start heading north. Okay, so you're going to see a dead end. But there is a secret path over here which will allow us to complete the thingy here. And you'll see there's a red glowy area. We're just going to go ahead and stand on that, and that will take us to the next area, which is known as Sylphs Cache. And this is basically a room with lots of treasure. So we still need to cast float first and foremost. And there's going to be a lot of enemy encounters here, since each one of these chests does in fact spawn its own little fight. Hang on a second, I thought I just cast float. Am I still taking damage? Oh, hang on, what's gone on there? I must have cast it twice. Whoops. That's me commentating and not concentrating. Let's just make sure we're nicely cured up. Okay, so this one is going to be guarded by 4 of the evil dreamers, which I know you love. And it's possible to just use a bronze hourglass on these and just basically stop them from doing anything. It's going to be annoying. which is pretty much everything they do. They only know how to be annoying, don't they? Okay, so this chest just above Cecil and Kane here will also be guarded by 4 Evil Dreamers, as will the one on the top right. So we'll want to take care of all of those. Make sure you heal up, and don't forget to just use a bronze hourglass if you want to speed things up a little bit, since that will stop the enemies in their tracks. And then well, let's just take care of those first of all. By using auto battle, those enemies, so not auto battle, bronze hourglass, those enemies are not that bad, those dreamers, but they're still a flipping nuisance in all honesty. Right, so once you've opened the first 3 chests, we're going to open the bottom right one. Medusa arrows, fortunately, this one just contains 2 of the weak giant centipedes. And Cecil's counter attack is going to do its job here. And that's the 4th chest sorted. The next chest is going to be guarded by 2 Marlboroughs. So just the same stuff for them. I recommend just going for a good old Ifrit spell. And then auto battle to take care of the straggling bits of health that these guys might have. Just make sure you heal up after this encounter, because the final one is probably the hardest of them all. It's not as annoying though as the 4 Dreamers that we have to keep fighting. I want to know which sicko at Square decided that 3 of the chests should have those enemy encounters. I mean, what were they thinking? It's incredibly inhumane of them, I will say that. Right, so make sure we don't have auto battle on for this one. And we're again going to start off with Ifrit. These guys hurt, so you might be required to heal, Cecil especially. Let's go ahead and get a cure spell on him. Ready? And take care of the Marlborough first because of its status ailments, which are still unpleasant. And then with the Marlborough defeated, we should be okay to finish off the actual Treants then. So I'll just stick auto battle on for the rest of this fight. Yeah, if he gets Frog, then you're going to pay the price for that. We'll obviously have to heal up after this encounter, but hopefully we shouldn't have any more deaths. There we go. By the way, the weapon that we looted, the Avenger, it's a pretty awesome weapon. It actually increases stats a lot, but it does give the user Berserk. So it's probably good for auto battle areas, but not for bosses or anything where you're going to need some resemblance of tactics to take down the encounter. So I'm just going to get healed up here now that we've looted the final chest here. I'm just not with it today, not at all. Oh, we do need to get a float going as well on Cecil here. Right, so at this point we're just going to head over to the steps. And we're back outside, and we are actually done, at least for the time being, with this area. So one thing I do need to do is just finish off exploring B3 where the flipping house was. I don't know why I didn't do that last time we were there, but I'll go and do that off camera. But anyway, folks, that's it for me for today, so thanks for joining me. And come back next episode, and we're going to be making our way to the Passage of the Eidolons. That sounds interesting, doesn't it? Don't forget, if you've enjoyed today, please don't forget to hit the like button, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, and come back and join me again soon. Cheers folks, take care.